What do you get when you take this silly show about robots that turn into vehicles and combine it with a gritty RPG video game? That's right, you get this video sponsored by Rage. Sorry, I meant War for Cybertron. But not just that, you get a whole universe dedicated to these characters. Kind of. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going over the critically acclaimed yet weirdly disconnected world that is the aligned continuity of Transformers. Now, if you're new to the franchise or new to this continuity specifically, basically what it is in short is it is Hasbro's attempt to take all of its current Transformers properties when this happened in the in the 2010s and unify it into one singular continuity. Except the issue is that most of these projects were produced by different creative teams, and so therefore their visions didn't always align up. Not only has it become one of the best Transformer timelines, it's become one of the best Transformers projects, period. As Hasbro had just canceled their Transformers animated show, they wanted to create a new continuity which was tied through their new games and shows. A single universe by the name of the Aligned Continuity. And this began with the hit video games depicting the fall of Cybertron into chaos. You alternate between Decepticons and Autobot campaigns, witnessing Megatron's rise and Optimus's reluctant path to leadership. The gameplay allows players to control iconic characters like Starscream, Bumblebee, Soundwave, with a very Gears of War style cover system and seamless robot-to-vehicle transformation. In its direct sequel, Fall of Cybertron, follows the final days of the Autobot-Decepticon war, culminating in the Ark's launch to Earth. It adds deeper storytelling, better graphics, and gameplay variety. Also features a very powerful portrayal of Optimus and Megatron's final stand. These games were a hit and served as a prequel to our next show. Yes, while this is technically connected in the Aligned continuity, because this game and its sequel show were made by different studios and different companies, the creative vision was very different. This was a darker, more cinematic series. Optimus Prime and his elite team hide on Earth with human allies while battling Megatron, who returns with Dark Energon and a zombified army. This show explores Cybertronian history, Unicron, and the history of the 13 Primes, which is a concept that we would go on to see much greater on down the line, alongside its great depth and its great lore expansion. So, in terms of pros though, it was very high quality CGI, where Energon and Beast Wars failed, this show succeeded. And with that, it had a very mature tone, deep mythology, brought back many of the original actors. But in terms of cons though, it can feel very serious at times. It had a very limited robot cast due to its animation budget, and the humans occasionally do drag on. And this show was great. For a time being, this was our definitive Transformers continuity. Alongside its side show, it's not really a sequel, but more so it's like companion show. Yeah, let's just go to the title card. Aimed for younger audiences, this show follows a rescue team of Autobots learning about humanity and safety on Griffin Rock. No Decepticons, they just focus on natural disasters and teamwork. This is an excellent show for preschoolers. It's a show that has been going on longer than Prime has, and it teaches a lot of great lessons in life about problem solving, cooperation, and things like that. Of course, it's not a show meant for older audiences. This is clearly a show meant for little kids, and that's okay. No real Autobot conflict or deeper lore or anything like that. The occasional Prime crossover, but that's about it. Then we got the real sequel to Transformers Prime. Another divisive intro. Yep, that's right. Set years after Prime, Bumblebee forms a new team to hunt down escaped Decepticon prisoners. This is a much more comedic and lighthearted show than Prime, with episodic missions and younger characters. It was a very refreshing tone. If you thought Prime was too serious, this was a show that you were going to enjoy because of its lighthearted and comedic nature. It had some really cool robot designs, and of course, it introduced Bumblebee as this very leadership-like character. What are the cons though? Of course, the tonal whiplash after Prime did despair a lot of longtime fans like myself from watching the show and finishing it, and a lot of the villains were undercooked. This show follows young rescue bot cadets training on Cybertron. And of course, like the previous show, it focuses on nice life lessons like teamwork, responsibility, and first missions in a safe, supportive environment. What are the pros though? As with the last one, it's a kids show. So a lot of good, nice, strong lessons, very, very positive, overly happy characters, all fun and jazz. But in terms of cons though, like we've established, this very kid-centered show did not really appeal to the mass audiences. Really quick, if you want to stay up to date with film and TV news, my boys and I have a live podcast every single week called The Usual Rejects, where we talk about just that. So go over there, subscribe, chat with us every week. Now, back to the video. So, all in all, that was the aligned continuity where we have the good, the bad, and the played out weird. It's a period of Transformers history which might go down as being one of the best. And the best part is that you don't need to watch every show or every game in order to really understand what's going on here. It's a place where every piece of media stands out in its own right. But I do want to know though, what's your favorite part of the aligned continuity? Do you like the realistic homage to Bayverse while still staying true to the classic Transformers Prime, or the gritty and realistic nature of the games? I want to hear it all. And obviously, as per usual, thank you, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch me talk about bisexual Starscream again, and of course again. Until next time, see you, Space Cowboys.